I used to believe everything I'd see on the news, but that's before I discovered a brain.
A brain is meant for everyday use. Those living with moderate to severe stupidity have seen immediate improvement in common sense with a brain.
I thought the government had my best interests at heart, and then a friend told me about a brain.
Talk to your doctor about what news sources you obey. A brain may also lower your desire to take life-altering advice from celebrities.
Getting lectured about my carbon footprint from people with 3 private jets used to make sense. But thanks to a brain, now I can think for myself every day. When my disregard for 3rd grade biology began to flare up, I knew it was time for a brain.
Do not try a brain if you're allergic to a brain. Common side effects may include accountability, discernment, homeschooling your kids, a better understanding of economics, awareness of the stupidity of socialism, and diarrhea.
For tethering yourself to reality, the only no-brainer is choosing a brain. Ask your doctor if a brain is right for you.
For more information, visit tryabrain.com.
Somewhere in the city that defines holiday magic is a man who wants a little eggnog with his mistletoe. And that guy would like to carol you. Featuring the musical stylings of Mel Tunney and the Dream in Color Singers. Still to come on this winter evening, Assignment Desk Weekend, sketch comedy from Nick Peterson and the Babylon Bee, the lovely and amazing Elizabeth Pipko, and more Dan and Shay in the Holiday Spotlight. Christmas time, ho, 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 jingle all the way. And now, from Times Square, who, if he ever was cast as a Batman villain, would most likely be Two-Face, because he's half Santa and half Grinch. Here's the Kevin!
For Assignment Desk Weekend, I'm Kevin McCullough. President-elect Donald J. Trump's threat of tariffs continues to get the world's attention, specifically the attention of world leaders. Justin Trudeau, for example, the person who looks like the 13-year-old Prime Minister of Canada, made a hasty visit to Mar-a-Lago this week to attempt to dissuade Trump from assigning tariffs to Canada. Assignment Desk Weekend has not been able to determine the success of the mission just yet. But apparently, in the negotiations, Trump suggested that Canada become the 51st state. No word on Trudeau's answer, though he did immediately return to Canada and begin confiscating weapons. Assignment Desk Weekend presumes this was done to limit objectors. The proposed solution also presents problems for nearly every celebrity that has fled to Canada to escape the supposed corrupt Trump administration. Assignment Desk Weekend believes that the real reason that these celebrities escaped America was to get out of reach once the Epstein files are finally opened. In shocking new developments, new evidence is surfacing that Joe and Hunter Biden, insert gasp here, may have been guilty of peddling influence, secrets, and favors for as long as a decade. The Assignment Desk Weekend did note how odd it was that the broad sweeping Hunter Biden pardon this last week that he issued to his son covered 11 years in its language. There couldn't possibly be some connection between that and this new evidence, could there? Now comes a new report that the Biden team is considering preemptive pardons, whatever that is, for Adam Schiff, Liz Cheney, and Anthony Fauci. Assignment Desk Weekend would like to ask this very specific question in response. Why would those three need preemptive pardons? And finally, the Doge brothers, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, have been making rounds on Capitol Hill this week, asking each of the government employees, what exactly do you do here? You may have noted that Musk is particularly known for cleaning up sloppy operations and creating more efficient companies. In some categories that he's owned, he's laid off as many as 75% of the workforce. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett from Texas said Thursday that she's open to meeting with the pair. She openly then compared the meeting in a mocking way to an occasion where she, quote, had gone to jail to visit January 6th prisoners. Upon hearing the remark from the Democrat, Assignment Desk Weekend has learned that Vivek pulled a pen out of his coat pocket, clicked it, raised his clipboard, and said, that's very interesting. Can you tell us more about that? For Assignment Desk Weekend, I'm Calvin McCullough.
The election made you feel on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being Nazi. My name is Dr. Nick Peterson, and I specialize in those suffering from TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. Hello, I'm Dr. Peterson. How are you? Well, Donald Trump is a felon. Nope. I asked how you were doing. The majority of Americans can mentally handle election results on both sides of the aisle. However, there's this small, albeit growing, group of, I don't want to say Americans, but people that are just disconnected from reality. Fascist. And honestly, it makes diagnosing these people a whole lot easier. I just check their social media. Gone are the days when you just search your symptoms on WebMD at home by yourself. Now they record their symptoms and post them for the world to see. The haircut is also a dead giveaway. So, what brings you in today? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's the orange democracy-destroying, Putin-loving dictator. All right, so mental illness. They are completely blind to the fact that their absurd actions and ideologies were a big factor in their party's loss. Let me ask you this. Do you even know what a democracy is? Follow-up question. Do you know how Kamala Harris became the nominee? I know you're a deplorable Nazi fascist bigot. Okay, neat. Turns out that calling half the country Nazis for 4 years was not a winning strategy. And yet somehow, not even Cardi B could save him. Do you realize what I'm going through? Yep, delusions. I am losing my right to vote. What? Where are you getting your information? Whoopi Goldberg? Well, what's the remedy, you might be wondering? Well, if you ask me, it's a history lesson in Jesus, but the pharmacy doesn't offer those. I prescribe them a brain, and I send them to tryabrain.com for more information. Well, I'll show you. I'm moving to Canada. That'd be great. And I'll be shaving my head. Oh, no. And one last thing, I'm going on a sex strike. Your loss. Oh, no.
So, you're heading home, but your family supports Trump. Not good. You're probably wondering, how can I show them I'm a good, tolerant person, and they're all terrible, intolerant people? And how can I find common ground with these rednecks who are literally Hitler? Well, you're in luck. Because I, too, am a good person who likes to share my superiority with those around me. Today, we're going to show you how to talk about Trump with your racist uncle. First, try slowly and articulately explaining to him how he is a racist, a bigot, a Nazi, and just an overall garbage person. You can even use simple visual aids if you want to. Next, you can help educate your backward, bigoted family members by handing out copies of Robin DiAngelo's White Fragility. This thoughtful holiday gift will endear them to you and open up the door for more conversation later. Now, sometimes your family might disagree with you and attempt to use far-right tactics, such as facts and logic. Counter this with a powerful haka dance. Fourth, you can easily get through to these MAGA bigots, or maggots for short, by reenacting the entirety of Hamilton. Let it never be said that you threw away your shot. Here's a good one. When your arguments just aren't getting through to them, try screaming at the sky. Simple, but effective. Tip number 6. When you're encountering opinions you disagree with, just run away to a secure location. You might call it a space that is safe. If someone follows you there, then go somewhere else, and so on and so on. And finally, and perhaps most effectively, just start a good food fight. It works every time. Use these simple tips, and you'll convert your MAGA family in no time. Because you're right, and they're Nazis. Good luck out there, fellow member of the Resistance. If you have any other helpful tips in dealing with your maggot family members, shout them at the sky. Works every time.
Christmas time, here we go. That Kevin Show.